Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Mezco 112 Collective Nightwing. Not only that, but this is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive red suit, sort of new 52 Nightwing. Which is interesting because this is the variant, and the regular blue and black one is still not shipped. I got this guy from the Mezco store, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, Nightwing, and we have the Nightwing logo on top of his name. Mezco exclusive, DC 112 Collective. Here's Nightwing at the front, his two batons, and his red outfit. One side of the package, Nightwing. Other side, same thing. Hit the back, same as the front. And at the bottom, there is a barcode, if that helps. So no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get two of these Nightwing figures. One of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out, and boy does he come with a lot of stuff. We have a display stand, a baggie for all the accessories, 16 alternate hands totaling 18 interchangeable hands, 4 heads, one of which is unmasked Dick Grayson head. He's got 4 Eskimo sticks, a connection to make a longer staff. He's got 2 sort of gauntlet darts, 3 sort of batarangs or wingdings. He's got a bunch of energy effects to come out of his Eskimo sticks spinning, and then grapple ropes to come out of his Eskimo sticks. So decked to the brim with accessories. Before I take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is Nightwing. His real name is Dick Grayson. He was the first Robin. Eventually, he left Batman, became Nightwing, and he's a member of the Bat family. This is the red version from the New 52. I'm a little bit more excited for the blue version, as that's my preferred look, but that one's coming a little bit later. This guy was some sort of San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, only available at the con or the Mezco website. So let's take a closer look. For the longest time, Mezco said they wouldn't make Robin, and they eventually did make a Robin, both a classic and a modern version. I always thought they would make Nightwing, and finally, here he is. So the head sculpt looks pretty good. He's got that sort of smirk, kind of fits Dick Grayson's personality. You can see the red lenses in the eyes. The domino masks look excellent. The hair is sort of part of the front. His suit is made of like a rubbery spandex type suit. It's like a superhero costume. He's got the red sort of bird on his chest, red highlights down the sleeves, shoulder. Looks like we're going to have double jointed elbows, although they're only going to go in this far. Definitely double jointed knees. I like the sort of glossy, shiny on the red parts there. Utility belt looks good. We have sort of a Nightwing logo there as well. Interchangeable parts. The dart will go here. Can attach a leg thing. I believe this part can come off and replace with another piece as well. Oh, fell off there. So, pretty cool. And wow, those are a lot of accessories. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I think looks pretty good. The hair, the domino mask, the eye, the little smirk. Very well done. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Just like pretty much every Mezco figure, he came with this little Ziploc baggie, 112 Collective, and it can hold all your accessories. It is actually pretty useful, as it comes with a lot of stuff. Now let's look at his display stand. It comes in 2 separate pieces. When put together, it looks like this. The bottom is a large circle, it says Nightwing, and it has the Nightwing sort of bird logo in the background. Then it has this post. At the bottom, it can rotate. It's hinged at the bottom, hinge in the middle, hinge near the top. It can rotate near the top, and it has this clamp to hold your figure in place. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 18 hands. 9 left hands and 9 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. These are also fists, but on these he's wearing brass knuckles. And his third pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands. Then, his fourth pair of hands. These are also a pair of gripping hands with a much smaller grip. Next, his fifth pair of hands. These are some open hands, and they have the ring finger kind of inside, almost like he's doing the Spider-Man, shooting some web. Really not sure what's up with these hands. And his sixth pair of hands. These are some dart holding hands. Each hand has 3 darts in them. And now for his 8th pair of hands. His left hand is totally open, like he just threw a wingding. And this hand here is sort of gripping in a different way with the knuckles of his fingers. And his 8th set of hands. On his left hand, he's holding some smoke bombs. And his right hand, he's sort of throwing them toward you. And they got the smoke sort of coming behind them. They're actually really cool hands with really cool type accessories. And his 9th set of hands, his right hand is throwing those smoke bombs a little bit further. And his left hand has a single dart in it. Now let's look at his heads. He has a total of 4 of them. One with a little smirk on his face, other one with a serious expression, other one with a smiling expression, and then the unmasked head. Here's Nightwing with his first head. This is the one he came with in the package. This one has a sort of half smile or smirk going on. And his second head. This one has a serious, almost angry expression. Here's his third head. His hair's messed up, he's smiling, looks like he's in the middle of action, maybe he just knocked somebody out, and he's enjoying what he's doing. And here's his fourth head. This is the unmasked Dick Grayson head, which can be useful for him taking his mask off, heading back to his hideout, or maybe making a custom civilian Dick Grayson. Here's just one of many examples you could use as a civilian Dick Grayson. I popped his head on a Jazzwares AEW wrestling figure, and it fit great. The peg actually fits into the head, and it works pretty good on this guy as a civilian Dick Grayson. Next, we have a couple of these wrist gauntlet darts. They're exactly the same. This swaps out with the top of his wrist, and it has sort of a transparent thing shooting a dart. Now, I'm not really sure why they gave us 2 of them, because they look to be exactly the same, and only one of the wrists works that way. I don't know, I guess in case you lose or break one. Here's a sort of wrist or forearm piece that swaps out. Goes right over here. You can swap out the sort of blank piece or the dart piece. Here's Nightwing shooting that dart off his wrist. Now let's look at his wingdings. Basically, these are Nightwing batarangs. They look similar to his domino mask. Not exactly like the Batman symbol, but very similar at the same time. They look pretty good. And I love the fact that we get 3 of them. Here's Dick Grayson holding and getting ready to throw that wingding. Now let's check out his Eskimo sticks, or staffs, or batons. And all of these accessories are related to them. So we have the actual batons or Eskimo sticks right here. 2 singles, and then 2 that can attach to the sort of extender here and make a staff. 4 energy effects. We have a strap for his leg that can holster the extender. 2 of the Eskimo sticks, sort of swinging action features in motion, and then 2 grapple launcher things, little hooks that can attach to the Eskimo sticks for when he's grappling in the air. Tons of different variety for these Eskimo sticks. Here's Nightwing holding onto his Eskimo sticks, and here's Nightwing holstering those batons onto his back. Here's Nightwing holding onto those 2 sticks put together with a connector. It's still not quite as long as you need to be for a staff, but adds some extra features and can be pretty cool. You can separate them right back apart as 2 different staffs or sticks. Here's Nightwing holding and spinning those 2 batons. It looks pretty cool, and I see what those sort of Spider-Man-esque hands were for. And then here's Nightwing with some of those energy effects around his Eskimo sticks, charged up and ready to go. And I think this is how the larger energy effect is, going between the 2 different Eskimo sticks. The only other sort of thought I'd have is maybe using one and hitting against the wall or something like that, or hitting a little thug or punk or whatever. And it doesn't really attach in there, wrap around quite the same as the others. And then we have this last piece, and it's the same sort of thing. And it doesn't really attach on there very well. I mean, you could put it around it. I don't know. In addition to that, you can attach a sort of grapple hook to his baton. It's probably not showing up very good on camera, but we have it wrapped around the railing here, all the way to his stick. I kind of have it wrapped around itself. So this is the actual sort of string version. You can see it's got a little hook on the side there, and it attaches to a staff. They also have a bendy wire version for posing purposes. So tons and tons of options here. Nightwing also has this leg strap or holster. You can pop this little sort of pouch out of the side of his belt. It's just sort of sitting here right now. And ever since I popped that out the first time I put it back, it just sort of falls off easily, which is really, really annoying. And he has this holster here, and I was like, what is it possibly for? Because he has 2 batons. He wouldn't put just 1 baton there, but I think it's for the Eskimo stick extender, which fits in there just fine. Here's a look at Nightwing in the streets of Bloodhaven. Eskimo sticks charged, ready to fight. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other red suit Nightwing figures. Here he is, next to the Mattel DC Universe Classics version of the red suit Nightwing. Now this is not the traditional red suit Nightwing, not for the new 52. This guy is labeled as Renegade Nightwing. His suit has the red sort of Nightwing logo across the chest, but the rest is burgundy. Not exactly the same kind, but still a red suit Nightwing of sorts. Here he is, with all of the DC Direct red suit Nightwing figures. Then, with the McFarlane DC Multiverse red suit Nightwing figures. So here are all the different red suit Nightwing figures by McFarlane, DC Direct, Mattel, and Mezco. I could really see them releasing any of the Nightwing figures by like Mafex or Mattel or McFarlane, any of the blue ones, and simply repainting it red as an easy, quick paint variant. Now let's check them out next to some other Mezco 112 Collective figures. Here are all the Mezco Dick Grayson figures they've made. We have the red suit Nightwing and the Golden Age old school Dick Grayson Robin. The next one to come out is going to be the blue suit Nightwing, and that's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, and probably going to be my favorite Mezco Dick Grayson. And Dick Grayson here is no longer Robin, he is Nightwing. Here he is next to the current Robin. This is Mezco's Damian Wayne Robin. And unless they intend him to be older than he is in the comics, I'd say he's definitely bigger than he should be next to Nightwing. Here's Nightwing next to some Mezco Batman figures. These are all based off the comics, or at least Mezco's own version of the comic Batman. We have the Golden Age Batman, and then the Ascending, Sovereign, and Supreme Knight Batman figures. Now, which Batman is the best one to go with this Nightwing? I'd say probably the Sovereign Knight Batman, as I feel like the Supreme one is an older, grizzled Batman after the sidekicks are all grown, out of the house, etc. And here, with some more Mezco Batman figures. These are from the comics and live-action films. And then here, next to some Mezco Batman villains, here is Mezco's sort of modern Bat family. Notice Nightwing's a little bit taller than Batman. Definitely shouldn't be the case. They've really only given us Batman, Nightwing, and Robin. I'd love to have Red Robin, or Batgirl, or Huntress, or Batwoman, or any of the other modern Batman family members. Add in the Toys remake, third-party, unlicensed, 1/12 scale cloth soft goods Red Hood, and the Bat family is growing. I believe Mezco is making a Red Hood in the near future. I think they've shown one, of course, pending approval. Here's Nightwing, next to both the LPZZ and the InArt Batman figures. Nightwing scales about perfect with the LPZZ Arkham Batman, and he's considerably larger than the InArt Dark Knight Trilogy Batman. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which sides you mix it with. Since he's a Mezco toy, they're typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines that I collect, and then work my way larger. Here he is, with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures, and now with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex figures. Here's Nightwing, next to a little bag of popcorn, and here he is, next to some Mattel and some more Mezco figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures, and now with some NECA and DC Direct figures. Next, with some Diamond Select toys and Jack-specific wrestling figures, and finally, with some McFarlane DC Multiverse Nightwing figures. So overall, it is a very nice Nightwing figure. His accessories are absolutely fantastic, out of this world. All 4 of the heads look great. He has, honestly, more hands than you'd ever need. And the level of detail and different options on the escrow sticks is just impressive. His articulation is also very good. They did a pretty good job not restricting it very much with the outfit. The elbows a little bit, but it's not bad. If I were to rate this guy, I don't see any reason to give him less than 8 out of 10, and I imagine when I get the blue one, he'll rate even a little bit higher. But this guy's fantastic and a great addition to your Mezco, Batman, and Bat Family collections. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.